Welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, and this is why you shouldn't trust the silence. And today, we're going to be diving into some terrifying tales that will make you never want to hear a quiet house ever again. So let's get right into it with the quiet house. So when I was around 7 years old, my family moved into an older home in a small town. The house had been empty for several years before we moved in, and the real estate agent warned us of possible mold, asbestos, etc. Because of its age, the house had not been maintained for many years, so it required extensive repairs. The real estate agent also said there were strange things that happened around the house. But she didn't know if they were true or not. She said that previous owners had experienced inexplicable events, including hearing voices, seeing shadows out of the corner of their eye, feeling touched, etc. Before moving in, we spent a day cleaning out the house. My dad found a torn photo of the last family that lived there. It showed a man, a woman, and 2 girls around 6 and 9 years old. My dad also discovered a children's bedroom in the attic filled with old toys and dolls. He said he felt uncomfortable being up there and wanted to remove everything and board up the attic. On our first night in the new house, my parents and I were watching TV, while my younger sister was sleeping in the living room on a pull-out couch. Suddenly, we heard what sounded like screams in the middle of the night. Obviously, we were scared and thought about calling the police, but then we thought it must have just been some wild animals. In the morning after, of course, not sleeping at all, we went to check out the backyard. There was no sign of any animals, and nothing appeared to be out of the ordinary. We chalked it up to an overly active imagination and a need for some more wine. Later that day, my sister and I were playing hide and seek, while our parents were busy fixing up the house. I went up to the attic to hide and noticed that one of the floorboards was loose. I bent down, and as I lifted up the board, I saw a small hole leading into the crawl space. Curious, I reached in and felt something hard. I looked around to see if anyone was there and called out to them. I found something. Then I went to get my dad. He helped me lift up the floorboard, and the 2 of us crawled into the small space under the house. In the dirt floor, we found a small, oddly shaped object that resembled a doll. Its limbs were straight and small, and there was a small indent where its head would go. It almost looked like a person made the imprint in the soft earth. After showing it to my mom and sister, we buried it in the backyard and continued with our day. That night, we heard the screams again. This time, my sister and I hid under the covers in the living room, and our parents slept in separate rooms. Just before dawn, we heard footsteps near our hiding spot. It sounded like someone walking slowly and deliberately on the hardwood floor. My mom and dad both swore they heard a voice say, "Leave." They didn't believe in ghosts and assumed it must have been a dream. However, the next night we heard the voice again, "Leave." Both my parents and sister heard it. Me couldn't take it anymore and left the house to stay at a hotel. The following day, they had the house blessed by a priest who told us that there was definitely something in the house that didn't want us there. He said he felt very strongly that we should leave. Although my parents were skeptical, they decided to sell the house and move. When the house was emptied out, my dad went back to take out some more trash. As he was walking up the creaky steps to the attic, he heard the voice say, "Leave." He ran and never went back.